Jodi Arias tweeting about her next court date. Oh, yeah, this came from her account, managed by a friend, mind you. It says, quote, "The state rejected my third request for a plea to settle quietly and less expensively. Off to retrial. We go. Sorry, taxpayers." Her next court date, by the way, August 26th. We'll bring you all the developments right here on HLN. It's always everybody else's fault. Did I say that out loud? I'm so sorry. Okay. A suburban mom of two charged with murder. Andrea Sneiderman's husband, Rusty, was gunned down in front of their son's daycare. The trigger man? Andrea's boss and alleged lover, Hemi Newman. Here's the big question. Did Andrea plot her husband's death?
A question we all have. Who is Andrea Sneiderman?
I don't care, affair or no affair. There was no affair. Who killed someone else's husband?
This case is also about one really bad woman.
I couldn't believe it. It wasn't even impossible. I thought I was being stupid.
Andrea Sneiderman, master manipulator. Andrea Sneiderman is playing each one of us for a damn fool.
Was she the puppet master, manipulating her boss, or was it her lover into killing her husband?
Andrea Sneiderman is a liar when she says they didn't have an affair.
Ms. Sneiderman was placed under arrest earlier today and is currently being booked into the DeKalb County Jail. Outlined in that 19-page indictment are 8 counts that I, along with Chief Assistant Don Geary, are prepared to argue in a court of law.
It's more than about mental illness. It is about mental illness in the hands of a manipulator, of a calculating, very, very bad woman.
Do you have any idea why the defendant would have these feelings toward you? Did you ever tell Rusty about the poem or the defendant's feeling?
How did you find out that Rusty had been shot?
She called and said Rusty had been shot. She was so sorry.
Why didn't you call Rusty?
Because they just told me something had happened to Rusty. What are the chances that he's going to be answering his cell phone?
Sophia and Ian's daddy's blood is on the hands of Andrea Sneiderman.
Okay, so the big question is, why is Andrea charged with murder?
First degree murder.
Premeditated murder. I mean, okay, maybe conspiracy, I suppose, but first degree murder, Tanya? You're kind of chuckling here. What do you think?
Well, I think that this is such a bizarre case. I mean, if you remember, the trigger man, Andrea's purported lover, Hemi Newman, claimed that he shot Andrea's husband because Barry White and Olivia Newton-John told him to do so. So given that, the only way, well, not the only way, I don't want to overstate it, but in order for the state really to prove their case, and given the fact that Hemi was found to be guilty but insane, the state really has to show some degree of manipulation by her. You know, it wasn't an accident. And the story they're telling, their narrative, is that she really manipulated a crazy person. So in order to tell that story, they have to make it intentional. They have to really come hard against her.
She must have gotten an entirely different listen out of Olivia Newton-John's Let's Get Physical than I did. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying.
Went there.
Look, John and I were talking about this. They must have something. Because what we saw in the Hemi Newman trial were some emails back and forth between her and Hemi, not about Rusty, more about just business. They went on a couple business trips together. Where is the connection between, where is that manipulation?
Right.
They've got to, is there something in writing?
I think, yeah, they've got to have texts or, yeah, something.
Well, because we haven't seen it so far.
Is she a black widow or just a misunderstood homemaker? That's what we're going to take you there, through that trial, and you will see it yourself right here on HLN. We're going to be right back.
I couldn't.
HLN tonight at 8. Trayvon Martin.